Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Camera's not on. Interesting. One second. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Camera's not on. Hey, apologize about that for a second there. Might have been a slight echo. We're going to rock and roll without the camera. Weird that it's not connected right now. Stream issues, gotta love it. Anyways, so we're going to get started here. I don't want to spend too much time messing around. We had a terrible stream yesterday with the audio not working, and today the camera's not working. All good, though. Let's get into it. So what I want to talk about first is QCOM. So QCOM got some pretty negative news here. Basically that a court ruling finds them to break the antitrust law. So if you go down, you can. It's on Thinkorswim here. You can read the news. But pretty much, end of the day, Qualcomm. Let's see where. I'll try and read one of the good headlines for you. U.S. judge rules Qualcomm violated the antitrust law, invalidation for the FTC. Share slide. So if you look, right, Qualcomm dropping 10 points. So ideally, I would like to initially watch Qualcomm short. I do feel that it could be a little overdone to the downside, so there might not be the biggest short play available with it, but still going to watch it carefully. First initially short, followed by a long afterwards, right? If we get this early morning panic, then I might watch it for a bounce, okay? No, we're not hiding it. We're not hiding. Let's see what else we got going on here. Good morning, guys. Good morning. So Qualcomm, if you look at it, it does appear to be in kind of a small, arguable head and shoulders pattern, right? This is the left shoulder, head, right shoulder, kind of fading. So the ideal move would, if you're short, would to see it, break all the way down below 67 to get below that pre-market low. And it might struggle. We've already had one bounce, two bounces there, so this is the third attempt, and we're definitely fading into it and kind of pressing down. So we'll see if we do in fact even get down towards that 67.50s level for a breakdown. That would be nice. Looking back at the chart, there really, let me do this again. There really isn't any support here, right? Because this is when Qualcomm had the news break that the litigation with Apple was over, and they kind of decided to part ways. So this was just a straight rip all the way up. So it never really built any structural support in this day. So in theory, going down, there really isn't much to stop it until it gets down to 57, unless, it gets held up on one of these previous consolidation tops, like right here, okay, or here. So again, watching Qualcomm initially short bias today, unless it continues to consolidate and hold down here pre-market, then I might be long bias. Just depends on how it ends up setting up by the time the market opens and we get some little bit of trading action going on. Okay, so not bad, interesting play there. Lowe's, LOW, had earnings today, so going to be keeping a close eye on Lowe's today. The volume isn't dramatically heavy this morning pre-market. Doesn't mean that it won't pick up a little bit as the day opens. But going to be watching this all together from the after hours high. It had about I think it was about a 12-point or 13-point drop, something like that, close to. Right now it's probably sitting about a 10-point decrease from after hours. So going into the yearly chart here, 4-hour, it kind of dropped all the way down to 99. If you go across, you'll see that 99 was a significant dip level. So it kind of went up. Earnings drops out right into support. So again, for me, to be short bias, we really want to see it start breaking down the pre-market low of 99, weakness, and maybe even target lows of 97. So a 3-point drop there, potential. If it continues, same thing. If it continues to hold down here at the pre-market low and doesn't want to break, it could in fact have a nice reverse on the day and start squeezing up. So that's my other outlook, is looking for potential squeeze long off of this 99, or off the 100 level. It's 99.90, so looking for a squeeze off that level. Okay. HD bounced yesterday, low, same. Yeah, so I didn't follow Home Depot too close yesterday, but you can see, right, kind of similar, not similar, but You know, same thing with Home Depot. Home Depot came down, then ended up bouncing on the day. So, I was thinking to myself, well, maybe Lowe's does something very similar where it ends up holding this 99. People try and short it below, and then we get squeezed to the upside. So keeping an eye out for a bounce long too on Lowe's as well. Okay. Ace 916, I truly appreciate that. Thank you very much. And DCAR, thoughts on DCAR? It's been a really long time since I looked at DCAR or DCAR. Okay. And Rado P, KSS, I was actually kind of thinking short bias. Yeah, so DCAR, since, has it gone through reverse splits? Doesn't look like it's been through reverse split, not that I can tell. So, I mean, the stock has been on a consistent downtrend for a long time, so I wouldn't expect it to come back to 28 anytime soon. The only thing you really have going for you is a potential hold here. Like long bias would be a potential hold off the 126, 120s area, and you could look for a bounce here. But me personally, I wouldn't even trade that bounce. I don't think it's worth trading DCAR, right? You can see it had its nice move up, came all the way down. It's sitting back on its point where it started to grind back up. But I would actually expect this to maybe break through 130s and even test the $1 level. But we'll see, yeah. I mean, it's still downtrending, right? It hasn't put in a higher low. So what you'd really want to see is something like this, where it bounces a bit, goes up, and then pulls back and starts to form a trend to the upside. Right, like it did here. We kind of dropped, started bouncing. Now we're trending, whereas here you're still downtrending, right? And it's still putting in a new low here, right? So you want this to reverse and start going like that before you consider taking a trade on it. All right. Next one on the list is going to be JWN, which is Nordstrom's. So Nordstrom gap down, consolidated all after hours, gap down a tiny bit here in pre-market, kind of grinding back up. So the thing with JWN is on a yearly chart, there's no support. On a 3-year chart, I don't think there is support. It just broke through even 35. That's kind of it. It's kind of holding right around this 35 level from like 3 years ago, like right in this zone. And if you go back and look at a 1-minute chart, you'll see it's a little bit below that. So you even have to go a little bit further than 5 years. Yeah, it's actually, it might have been 10 years I was looking at earlier. 15 years? Yeah, 15 years. So if you go all the way back to 15 years, you have this dip right there at about $30. That's where I think we could see JWN if it continues downtrending or continues on a down move today. I think it's possible we see it down towards $30. Would make sense to me because there's not really too much more. I mean, all the way down to 30 is its most recent kind of support, but that's all the way 15 years back. So some people would really have to be going back and looking at charts to identify that $30 support level in the first place. Tesla, $10. I mean, yeah, it's possible if the company goes bankrupt, right? It's definitely possible, but it wouldn't be anytime soon. It wouldn't happen like tomorrow. FOMC, how will it affect the market? Usually the same as it always does. Here's usually a slower, grinding, choppier market till that gets released, and then the SPY will usually kind of rip one way or the other really fast after big announcements are made. But probably just a ho-hum market for the day unless it continues to cook to the downside, which earlier it was, but I think it started to base out pre-market. If we look at the SPY, yeah. Kind of giving you strong lashback buying here, but we did decrease quite a bit. So if this holds today, if like 285 level continues to hold as it has been here pre-market, you could see like kind of a ho-hum market, but we're definitely on a bearish move right now. So today I was telling myself to be a little bit more bearish on the market initially, unless it continues to hold around this 285 or even a little bit below that. See how it's acting. If it's continuously holding up in this 285 levels, we might be in kind of a ho-hum day, similar to yesterday, where it just kind of like chopped all morning, had a spike, and then kind of just had some slower grinding action. There wasn't too much fluent movement. So again, I think we could be on more of a kind of a grindier ho-hum market today. I'll take a look at Tesla real fast. I know it had a pretty decent day yesterday. I actually traded it yesterday. Ended up trading Tesla early morning on its first kind of initial couple squeeze candles. Yeah, no, wouldn't be long Tesla today. I'd be more bearish Tesla today. There you have. Well, now it's into a channel. Yeah, I would definitely be more bearish on Tesla today, right? Yeah. Yep. Wouldn't be a long bias, not today. How would I feel about, what is this, Tim? BYND, Beyond Meat. So BYND ended up crashing a bit yesterday, starting to give in those gains. I would be probably short bias on BYND today. After yesterday's big drop down, buyers are going to be, a little bit more scared to buy into this. So now people are starting to think they're starting to go into sell mode. We had the spike here. We couldn't really break up 96, couldn't break 96, started kicking into a downtrend, push, short down, drop, probably going on another down day. So I would probably expect red for the day here on BYND. Yeah, no, I really wouldn't be. I mean, if you go look at Tesla, right, I probably wouldn't be long biased because, I mean, sure, there might be a long play, and you don't worry. I mean, if you miss it, you miss it. But, I mean, really, if you look at it, right, Tesla bounces here, goes up, stops. We come back down, we double bottom, we bounce, we go up, we can't continue to break higher. Now we're coming down. This is the third attempt here, right? If you bounce, you're usually would be less likely to have a significant bounce considering these 2 days it didn't go above 206. So why on the third day would it go above 206? Probably start to sell off before 206. So today you're more likely for a breakdown or a smaller bounce into maybe the midway point, like right here, and then rejection here and then down. So again, I'd probably be more short bias on Tesla today. Again, it's not. There's nothing here to hold it up, truly. And it's kind of bouncing, but I would still be more short bias for right now. Yeah. SYMC, I'll take a look-ski. It's uptrending. Question is that a sell zone? Probably. Let's see. That's had a nice recovery off that. Yeah, too late on SYMC. Sorry to burst your bubble, but too late there. You're hopping in the middle of a move, so you can do it if you want, but your buy was really down here. That was your buy, or like right here. Right now, you're trying to chase into the middle of a move. Not worth it. But yeah, that's where really the buy point was, down here at 17 into 19. And now you're kind of catching yourself in the middle of the move, hoping it continues higher because it's been performing really well. Missed a move there. JMIA, I've kept up on this one a little bit, but yeah, JMIA had two nice short squeeze days, so these are two short squeeze days. So you can't anticipate too much more of that to happen because it's just kind of short squeezing. Yeah, honestly, I probably wouldn't. I wouldn't get excited for JMIA. I think it's possible that it has another good move, but I wouldn't be too concerned with that having a good day, because these are short squeeze days. Short squeeze days don't last very long. Yeah, BLIN, it could be a low float, but most likely doesn't meet any of the characteristics of a BPTH sort of stock. Yeah, BLIN, downtrending, not moving. Hold on, give me a second here. 1 second. Wow. Yeah, actually it does have the characteristics to meet almost. Very low outstanding shares, extremely low float, and but the short float's not very high, and there's really no positive news here. So yeah, BLIN is worth watching. To the gentleman who mentioned that in chat, BLIN definitely worth keeping on watch for quite some time. What determines a short squeeze day? Nothing. I guess I don't know. I guess the way it's being asked is a little off. There's nothing that determines a short. Well, you are what determines a short squeeze days. Nothing else, because you're the only one that can know if it's a short squeeze day or not, because the news isn't going to tell you. The stock isn't going to say, hey, this is a short squeeze. You have to be able to know what it is, or if it is or if it's not, right? So how can you tell? Well, is the stock been downtrending for a while? If it's been downtrending, most likely people are shorting it, right? Why would anybody want to buy a stock that's just falling, right? They probably don't. There's probably a short squeeze days where short sellers are covering up, or they're getting squeezed out by the long biased traders, making that really nice pop. So again, that really just takes time to learn that. Let's take a look at T. Was that no TGT Target? A bunch of people asked about Target today for some reason. I know why. Because it has a spike to the upside on earnings. Yeah, most retail's been performing pretty poorly. Yeah, I don't know much about this particular earnings. I usually follow all earnings anyways. You know, I'd probably be... Actually, I really want to know. There's not much charting to go off here. We're kind of just slightly moving down. Yeah, honestly, I'd probably just hold off on Target earnings, really. I mean, if anything, I'd probably be short bias initially, look for a long play afterwards. If the long play fails afterwards, then a fade short. Okay. Yep. All right, guys, with that being said, I'm going to get back to our private group. Sorry about not having the camera on today. I apologize about that. But yeah, we're going to head back into the private group now. We'll be live there till probably about 11 a.m., close to. The first link in the description is a website that'll take you to track your trades, so you can start tracking your trading progress. It's absolutely free. Again, first link in the description of this video will take you to TraderFacts, and you guys can import your trades from TD Ameritrade or TradeNet's TEFS so far. Soon we should have Charles Schwab, E-Trade, Tastyworks for options in the near-term future, Trade Zero, and then any other brokers from there on out that we get on there. So anyways, guys, I appreciate you guys for tuning in with us this morning. Everybody take care, and I will see you guys on the next video, next stream. All right, take care.